Good morning, Boker Tov and Shavua Tov. This week we begin the fourth book of the Torah, known as Bamidbar, the book of In the Wilderness, also referred to as the book of Numbers, but the original name is Bamidbar, in the desert. And the name of this book reminds us of the 40 years that the Jewish people spent journeying in the desert. And what's fascinating is that we have three major festivals: Passover, that we just celebrated for the Exodus of Egypt; Shavuot, that we will celebrate next week for the receiving of the Torah at Mount Sinai; and then the third major festival is Sukkot, which commemorates and celebrates the 40 years that the Jewish people wandered in the desert. And from all of the three festivals, believe it or not, the happiest festival, the one that is called Zman Simchatenu, the time of our rejoicing, above and beyond the rejoicing of the other two holidays, is Sukkot, the holiday that commemorates the 40-year journey in the desert. We build the huts, the temporary huts, to remind us of our temporary journey in the desert, where we protected ourselves with the shade of the huts in the desert. And the question is, Exodus from Egypt, the freedom of the Jewish people, that's a huge holiday which warrants tremendous joy. The receiving of the Torah at Mount Sinai, we study the Torah till today. It's our life. It's our joy in life. So of course it's a time of rejoicing. But the desert, traveling through a desert for 40 years, a barren wasteland, this is a cause of joy and rejoicing, even above and beyond all the other holidays. Why is this Bamidbar such a happy experience? And of course, what we're doing is celebrating God's generosity. How did we survive for 40 years? God gave us the manna, the man that fell from heaven daily, the water from the rock, and the clouds of glory that protected us from the heat. But here's the unique message about joy and happiness. You see, often people make a mistake and they think that joy is a result of getting more for yourself. The more I gain and accumulate, the happier I'm going to be. And sometimes even when I could get more than the next person, that makes me even happier. However, when you look at the three miracles that occurred in the desert, they were all equally distributed amongst everyone. Everyone got sufficient water from the rock. Everyone received the same degree of shade from the clouds of glory. And everyone received the same daily portion of manna. And perhaps the message about joy that we learn from the book of Bamidbar and the holiday of Sukkot is that joy is when you not only look out for yourself, but you look out for everyone to be satisfied. Everyone should have sufficient water and food and shade and protection. And when you look around and care about the needs of others and put them before yourself, that ultimately brings everyone joy. First and foremost, yourself. It's a story about a teacher who once did an experiment with her class to teach them a very important lesson in life. She blew up 25 balloons for 25 students in the classroom, and then she gave each student a balloon and said, write your name with a black marker on the balloon. When the kids completed doing that, she took all the balloons and threw them out the door of the classroom into the hallway. And then she said to the students, I want everyone to go out and find their balloon. Well, all the kids ran out of the classroom and started walking amongst the balloons that were being kicked up in the air and looking for their balloon. And after about a minute, she said, stop. And she said, how many of you found your balloon? And about 5 kids found their balloon, but most of the kids did not find their balloon. And then she said, here's what I want you to do. Everyone, instead of looking for your own balloon, pick up any balloon and then walk over to the student whose name is on it and give it to that student. And sure enough, within 5-10 seconds, every balloon on the floor had been picked up and given to the rightful owner. The teacher says this is the lesson of this experiment. When you're only looking out for yourself, there's a lot of frustration and a lot of time disappointment. But if everyone looks out for the other, then everyone finds their joy and satisfaction, and you receive yours just as well. And that's the key to finding true and meaningful happiness in life. Have a wonderful day.